Greetings and welcome, or welcome back to the channel, as the case may be. You're not used to seeing my face on a Monday. But that said, I didn't have really over the weekend time to put together one of my other reels. So you're dealing with me doing a longer video and looking at me. I'm sorry. That said, today's video is going to be about something that came up on my other podcast, UND's Physics and Astrophysics Department. We do a colleague in mine do a podcast called Cosmic Pie. Please check it out if you're interested in topics of science and a little bit of speculation. But what came up is a topic that frequently comes up, and that is the idea of, is there life elsewhere in the galaxy? So I thought I'd do for my Science-y post today, that is usually done on Mondays, continuing with that speculation a little bit. I don't intend this to be too long, but it can definitely get long. So that speculation, it starts with the question, do I believe there is life other than here on Earth? And my answer to that is 100%. Absolutely, there is life elsewhere in the universe, probably in our own galaxy. In fact, I believe that we will find that life is everywhere. Now, that life is primarily going to be microbial. And the reason I say this is there's the biology I know says there's some significant jumps that have to happen to go from single cellular organisms to multicellular and to more complicated forms. So I think those steps are going to be energetically very rare. So that's why I make my statement that most of it's going to be microbial. The reason I say it's 100% is for quite a few reasons. There are a lot of planets out there. We have enough information to statistically say that for every star in the universe, our galaxy included, there is at least one planet. Now, a lot of these planets are going to be, or not a lot, because there's not a lot of those stars, but so many of these planets are going to be around high mass stars. They're therefore not going to have the time, the billion or so years to play around with chemistry to have life form. But there's plenty of lower mass stars that have billions of years lifespan that they are indeed going to have that time. So with that in mind, there's plenty of planets, there's plenty of time, life is going to develop. And the other reason I say that is because the chemistry, the chemicals needed is out there. We have determined in molecular clouds out in space, there are every form of amino acid necessary to produce our DNA, RNA, and so forth. So all of the chemistry, all of the chemicals needed are there, including water, complex organic molecules, amino acids. All of it is out there in space, much less in the protoplanetary disks around stars, much less probably on planets. The question then becomes how many of the planets are in that region that support liquid water. That's an unanswered question just yet. How many of those then have atmospheres? Unanswered question just yet. But James Webb Space Telescope is probably going to help us figure that out, being an infrared telescope. And things like oxygen, carbon dioxide, methane, so forth have very strong signatures in their spectra in the infrared. So we're going to start detecting atmospheres in probably the very near future. And from there, it's just determining, do we see multiple signatures that say there's likely life there? And again, I think we're going to find those everywhere. So I think there's going to prove to be life everywhere. And I do believe, though, that this will be primarily microbial, that it will be very rarely multicellular life. And I'll end this by saying that I think intelligent life is going to be ridiculously rare. That's my own personal opinions. We'll see how over the next few decades to a century how well Mr. Robert Moore is able to predict that. And for those that don't know, my background to be able to say things like this is I have a BS in physics, an MS in physics, specifically astronomy, specifically planet formation, and then on top of that, a master science that should have been a PhD, long story, in what is it? Geosciences, specifically core formation, and so planet formation. So these are my backgrounds and why, I'm just not some nobody speculating and spitballing. I have some reasons for these things, and I'll probably in another video get into them. But anyway, for today, that's where I'm going to end things so this doesn't get too long. Thursday, I'm planning on adding on to this. Why do I think intelligent life is going to be rare? And so forth. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you will stick around. If you liked it, give us a thumbs up, give us a like, give us a subscribe. And you can watch me fumble through another video another day. Anyway, thank you. And we'll be seeing you later. Bye.